Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Second chapter, Atheistic Philosophy. Philosophy means the understanding of reality. It has two aspects. First, the understanding, and second, the reality. An understanding is very significant in human life since it overrides the influence of circumstances. But for the supremacy of understanding, there would have been no place in human life for suicide and celibacy, which are wholly repugnant to the basic instincts of self-preservation and race preservation. Capitalists and socialists, Democrats and fascists, racists and humanists living under the same roof fail to communicate because their understanding differ. On the other hand, persons of the same ideology established comradeship even though they live far apart with only a remote chance of ever meeting one another. Thus, as understanding plays a big role in molding the pattern of behavior, a man is known by his philosophy. It is the philosophy of private property that keeps millions of people starving while a few living in plenty. It is the philosophy of caste system. It is again a philosophy that drives hermits into seclusion or leads persons to martyrdom. Change in the understanding of life changes man's way of life. Radical changes in the outlook of populations have sparked off revolutions that shook the world. While an understanding is important, the understanding of reality is equally important. But what is real? Different persons understand the same situation differently according to their motives and interests. The same flower means differently to a child who plays with it, to a housewife who decorates vases, to a trader who sells bouquets, to an artist who paints colors, to a student who dissects parts, and to a poet who projects visions. Similarly, the slave mind of theists finds the world superior to them, while atheists feel masters in every situation. Among the different understandings, which is real? The evolution of reality in understanding is important as the understanding itself. If the understanding is real, it contributes to a common understanding and also places a man on a sound footing. Unreality bogs him in misery. Facts of perception are real to all normal persons. That coal is black, fire is hot, and syrup is sweet are facts to beyond dispute, except when the sensations are impaired, as when the eye is colorblind and when the tongue is parched. Certainly, the knowledge of what we see, hear, smell, touch, or taste is limited to the structure and capacity of our sense organs. We do not know how things look to an insect with compound eyes and to an animalcule which has no defined organs of sense perception. We are what we are, and our knowledge of facts is our own. The use of aids does not alter the position, since what one can see through a microscope or hear by a stethoscope, and other can do likewise. But our knowledge is not confined to facts of perception. The play of imagination modifies facts into ideas through synthesis, analysis, and sublimation. The product of imagination are not real in so far as they cannot be perceived by the five senses. An idea of tomorrow illustrates their non-reality, since tomorrow does not exist today. Nevertheless, an idea of tomorrow profoundly influences our life today by way of provision for the future. All indirect knowledge, that is knowledge of anything which is beyond the immediate reach of eye, ear, nose, tongue, and skin, is non-real. Despite their unreality, ideas immensely enrich human knowledge and enlarge human life. Ideas may be visionary as in poetic imagination, or disciplined and systematized as in theories. They may be seasoned with experience as in institutions, and may be balanced as in judgments and opinions. Guesses and speculations are ideas with expediency and risk association with them. Ideals, wishes, plans, and promises are ideas which extend far into the future. Whatever forms ideas take, they are all products of imaginations and are non-real by their very nature. Unlike facts, the non-reality of ideas does not make them readily acceptable. Common understanding is possible on facts, as they are verifiable and demonstrable. If anyone disagrees about the description of a giraffe, he can be shown the animal in a zoo, but tomorrow cannot be shown today. It is an idea which should be held only by faith. One has to share or reject another's idea at his own risk. We know facts, we trust opinions. In spite of the non-reality of imagination, there is the method of science to evaluate the amount of reality in them. For instance, tomorrow's weather may be forecast today as bright. The forecast is based on a mass of meteorological evidence available today. When actually tomorrow happens and comes within factual experiences, the forecast reveals itself to be true or false according to the factual experience of brightness or dullness of the weather. They are at first neither true nor false. They are just opinions to be believed in or rejected at one's own choice, but imaginations shift themselves into truths and falsehoods when they are subjected to verifications with further facts. The method of shifting the true from the false among imaginations through verification with further facts is the method of science. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to this channel Positive Atheism and activate the bell icon.